Outsourcing calls beyond the hype. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm going to take 15 to 20 minutes to talk about the benefits of outsourcing your telephone calls and also answer questions at the end. Please feel free to send them through. Who am I? My name is Claire Smith. I'm Head of Business Development here at Moneypenny. I was a solicitor for many years before moving into the world of business development. In my former role, I was a really happy client of Moneypenny, outsourcing thousands of calls a year. You're here today to find out more about sourcing your calls for your business, so I'll run through some of the many benefits. I've been that person considering whether or not to outsource calls to an external provider. I'll be in your shoes and I'll bring to life how it works and why businesses take this step. I'd really like to start by explaining very briefly who we are, what we do, and take it from there. Established in 2000, Moneypenny are the world's leading outsourced communications provider. For those who don't know us, what does that actually mean? Well, we look after 15 million telephone calls and chats for over 13,000 clients. Our clients range from startups and SMEs through to global organisations. We live and breathe outsourced communications and understand the needs of our clients. We pride ourselves on delivering solutions that are bespoke for our clients. We're incredibly proud of our amazing people and have 650 based here in North Wales, just outside Chester, looking after those clients. We know that happy staff equal happy clients, and we invest heavily in our culture and our people to ensure they look after our clients. The result being a 4% staff turnover and placed in the top 10 for Sunday Times best companies to work for. That's a little bit about us, a little bit more now about what we do and who we work with. When I was considering outsourcing my switchboard calls, I wanted to know who else did this. When considering outsourcing, you're in really good company. More and more businesses across multiple sectors are outsourcing full or in part their switchboard. Here are some of the clients we look after picking their calls on an overflow basis or as a fully outsourced switchboard. When looking to outsource your calls, you want to know that the provider understands your business. We specialise in a range of sectors, ensuring our receptionists understand the types of calls our clients have and the nature of their business. But why have businesses taken this step to outsource? I thought it'd be good to talk through some of the benefits. Take a look at why businesses just like you make the move to outsource their calls. It's a big step. It can be a huge change to your business. I promise you this, you'll never look back. Benefit number one, through outsourcing your calls, you will improve customer service. Consumers and businesses have never been more savvy. Their expectations are greater. Giving amazing customer service every time is expected as the norm. They expect a 5-star first impression. It builds confidence around your brand and your product or service. By outsourcing your calls, you can expect a professional, consistent first impression every time. Our receptionists here at Moneypenny focus on one thing, and that is the call they are on at that very moment. They're not distracted by having to carry out other tasks while taking calls or greeting visitors in reception. We invest in our people and provide an amazing work environment so our receptionists can concentrate on looking after calls to their clients. It's worth looking at what happens within your own business on your own reception desk to see what happens at busy times. We also ensure our people are supported by brilliant tech. This ensures consistency and that we are able to route calls to the right person as efficiently as possible and provide an amazing customer experience. Benefit number 2. For a number of clients, when considering outsourcing their calls, it's driven by wanting to reduce costs and manage overheads. When outsourcing to a provider like Moneypenny, you're saving on a whole host of overheads, and I don't just mean salaries here. By outsourcing, you'll also save on the costs associated with sickness, training, recruitment, perhaps uniforms, staff benefits, to name but a few. In addition to this, some of our clients want to address the cost of the actual physical space a switchboard team can occupy. You may look to outsource and then use the real estate space for revenue-generating teams, or to create a warmer, welcoming space for your clients. By outsourcing, you are passing on the responsibility of the ongoing support, perhaps the headaches around annual leave, training, learning and development of your switchboard staff. In addition, it allows your receptionists to be true front of house teams. The other consideration is also the use of tech. We are seeing more and more clients wanting to invest in tech and utilise the benefits of using natural language digital switchboards to be able to route the call to the right person. You could save as much as 80% of your costs by investing in a digital switchboard. This is, of course, backed up by Moneypenny receptionist to assist the caller when required. Third reason you may want to outsource is linked to brand protection, staying ahead of the competition to ensure you capture every inquiry. Have you looked at the number of calls you may be missing into your business? Perhaps try calling your business at lunchtime or just after 5:30 to see what the experience is like. A number of businesses do not have the capacity in-house to answer all calls. In our experience, you can be missing over 30% more calls than you realise. In addition to this, it can drive call volumes as people calling back in 2 or 3 times to try and reach you. Worst case scenario, they might go elsewhere and then they'll tell everybody about it. Have you thought about voicemail? 69% of people don't like leaving a voicemail. We all know the importance and value of new inquiries into your business. We know, for example, that 1 in 10 calls to a law firm are a new inquiry. Can you afford to miss those calls, and what is the impact on your brand? Are the competition going to benefit from your missed calls? Just something to consider, and maybe try calling your own office at a lunchtime. When I was looking to outsource my own calls, a client of Moneypenny, it was because I needed the support of a provider that could provide scale for us. I was looking for a provider who could support the business when it was really, really busy. That might be something simple, such as over lunchtime. For many of our clients, they simply don't have enough resource in place to answer all of the calls coming into the business. Are your receptionists able to transfer calls quickly to the right people? Does your tech enable this? Moneypenny have the scalability to support our clients when they need us. We have 650 people on site and are constantly growing, recruiting on average 12 receptionists every fortnight. With this growth means we're in the best position to help our clients as they grow. On the same theme, in terms of scaling up, one of the benefits of outsourcing is you are then available 24/7. Do you offer extended opening hours to your contacts and clients? The world demands much more now, we all know this, than 9 till 5. It's incredibly difficult to offer support yourself, but by outsourcing calls, you get the benefit of being able to offer extended opening hours. You can have your calls answered evenings, weekends, and 24/7. Calls answered professionally. And whilst a caller might not expect you to be there, by answering the call and leaving a message, they feel like they've been proactive and are happy to wait for that call back the next morning. Finally, another major benefit is business continuity. What do you do when you have an emergency and have to leave the office, perhaps due to snow or flooding? What would you do if you couldn't access your office? By outsourcing, you have peace of mind that when you need it most, by having a partner in place, that provider can step in and support your business at a moment's notice. Those are just a few of the benefits that businesses gain when they outsource their calls. But what does it actually look like? How could it work in practice within your business? You have a number of options open to you when looking to outsource. First of all, a simple overflow service may be all you actually need. This is available to you to have your calls looked after when your team are busy and out of hours. This could be peak times, over lunch, or to ensure you have cover before 9 AM or after 5 PM. There are many options available to you, and overflow is just one of them. One of our clients, Lubbock Fine, a chartered accountants, did just that. They found that their high call volumes were competing with the needs of visitors, and their front of house staff, they were unable to dedicate time to both. So they saw this have an impact on their business. It meant by outsourcing on an overflow basis that their calls were answered when no one was in the office too. It's given them another layer to their customer service. No valuable opportunities go missing. And because the service is flexible, if you need to outsource more calls at certain times, meaning holidays and breaks are covered, it means the in-house reception team is able to manage peaks in activity with ease. And extending virtual opening hours is a particular highlight for our client in a competitive market. Another option, however, is to outsource your entire switchboard. This will have a huge positive impact on your business. It provides you with complete peace of mind. It can be a difficult and sensitive consideration, and we've supported lots of clients along the way and are more than happy to share our experiences with you and those of our clients who we work with on this kind of journey. Keystone Law is a perfect example of a business who are using a fully outsourced switchboard service. Their large team of lawyers work remotely and flexibly across the country. This means call handling can be a logistical issue. Keystone wanted to give the impression of a single site practice where the receptionist knows everyone and all manner of queries can be resolved quickly in person. They divert all their calls to Moneypenny, which ensures their switchboard is future-proofed as they continue to grow. Outsourcing calls isn't just limited though to switchboard. Something to perhaps consider for larger businesses, you can also outsource, for example, your IT help desk, offering a first-line response service to answer calls and provide that support for you and your internal teams. If you want to go one step further, you also have the option to outsource your end-to-end customer service teams. If you are looking to outsource a team who respond to perhaps inbound calls, make outbound calls, manage Trustpilot, social media, perhaps take payments, this is all possible for you. Just before we move on to questions, I thought it might be useful to cover some of the practical elements of outsourcing and why clients work with us. What can you expect when outsourcing to a provider like us here at Moneypenny? I have 3 reasons to share with you why clients use us and how it works practically. First of all, our bespoke in-house software enables us to tailor our approach on how we answer calls for our clients. This is tailored for each client on a case-by-case basis. In addition to this, every single client has access to a client portal. This provides live data and useful management information to help shape your business and internal resources. It enables you to manage staffing levels and see if there are particular peaks and troughs across your business. Third reason are people. Every single client is provided with a dedicated receptionist. We've got Hayley here, who knows you and your business. You get to know and trust your receptionist, that go-to person who's a seamless extension of your business. They are supported by another 4 receptionists who are ready and available to look after your calls, ensuring that we support the larger business requirements. So just before we take questions, I just wanted to thank you all for listening today. If you are considering taking that initial step, perhaps you're already outsourcing, or perhaps you're looking for a change, or just want to see what it could do for your business, please do let us know. We're offering everyone on the webinar today a free 2-week trial. At the end of that trial, we'll share your data and useful insights to enable you to make an informed decision. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to move on to some questions. I can see we've had quite a lot of questions come through whilst I've been chatting. I'm just going to look at this now. Okay, first question, how do we train our receptionists? And I think, yeah, there's another one around recruitment. Perhaps if I take the recruitment question first, what does this involve? Okay, we go through a 7-stage interview process. No surprise, includes a telephone interview and ends with final interview with our head of operations or our training manager. We want to make sure we select the best of the best to represent our clients. So it's a pretty grueling process to get through to secure a role within Moneypenny. In terms of training, how do we train our receptionists? Well, our receptionists are already trained in how to handle calls perfectly. Once you have secured a position with Moneypenny, you go through an intense 6 to 8 week training program. You are then selected based upon your interest, your personality, as to which sector you'd be well suited to. You continue to have ongoing training, side-by-side training, and no receptionist has their own client until they've been with us for 6 months. But all of this is brought to life when you have a trial, you have a welcome call with your dedicated receptionist who will get to know about your business. And as I said, we specialise in different sectors. We include things like legal, property, corporate teams. Hopefully that's answered that question. Okay, here about cost. I thought that question might come up. This is entirely dependent on the type of service you'd like. If you're looking for us to handle all calls, or you want to outsource on an overflow basis, we just have a look at the hours of service you'd like supporting, and also your call volume. It's based on a very, very simple system of whereby you buy a monthly subscription based on the number of calls that are looked after for you. We discover all this information during your trial. So a quick look now, the other questions we've got. Okay, how do I get started? Great question. The first step, I guess, is to talk to us after this webinar, after setting up your trial. We've got a very experienced onboarding team. It's a simple process. Either we can support you with the diverting of your phone in-house, or you may have an external telecoms company that we can work with. We simply need an employee list, know who to send the calls and messages to and the hours you'd like us to cover. We'll hold your hand every step of the way with the diversion of the calls. It's actually much, much easier than you think. We agree a day for a welcome call, introduce you to your Moneypenny receptionist, then the trial can start. Really simple, 2-week trial, and at the end of that trial, we'll go through the management information with you and recommend the best scheme for you. Okay, those are the main questions I've got so far. And I think, yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope that has proved worthwhile, and please do get in touch if you'd like to take advantage of the free trial and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.